All right, we'll just adjust the camera here. I think we're good with the camera. All right, we'll just let people pop in here a little bit. I'm just going to get some things set up in a way. So give me some second here and we'll go. We've got a lot of things we got to talk about today. And as for YouTube creators, we have new policies, basically. So we got to be aware of that. And a lot of policies are still in question, but we'll try to get what we can say, what we need to say, basically. So we'll just go ahead and see, we'll just get on the YouTube side, make sure we are got it right there. All right. Like I said, not much going on recently. I haven't been on since June on this channel. I was kind of upset with a recent video we put on our main channel. Just trying to adjust the camera here. Maybe I should adjust my seat somewhat. I got a new chair to be seen on this channel. For the ones who are on the main channel, probably seen it before. Right now, let's see if I can raise it up. I don't know if I don't like raising this thing up in a way because of, I don't know. We'll just leave it like that. We'll just leave it like that. I don't want to raise it any higher. I should be just adjusting the camera down somewhat. There we go. I think we're good right there. Are we good? Okay. Don't know what's going on. But we'll see what else is going on today. Okay, for the ones who may be watching this later on the edited version, we'll try to use more live streamings possible. I'm going to try to keep it to like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday schedule. If we can, go a little live during the day, maybe a little bit at night on other nights. It all depends what I'm in the mood for, basically. And right now, that's basically the last video, the last live show. I was upset with a person in town, and I was gonna name that person, and I decided we're gonna hold off and not do that because it was a video called A Scary Night, where we had a lot of police interaction not too far away, just down the hill from us, and somebody in town decided to blame somebody else it was a crime that took place down the hill from where we live. It was this back in June, early part of June, and I came on here and I was kind of upset with the person. I was going to rat the person out, and I decided not to do it because they kind of toned it down, and they were told by somebody that they were going to get ratted out eventually. They're not very popular people here in town, basically. So we're not going to rat out the person until another, I guess, if there was another crime that took place and that person decided to go on their Facebook page and decide to blame somebody else instead of the person who committed that crime and that. So we're just not going to do that until the time is right again. Okay, right now, reason I had to change my settings on all the channels. Every creator as of December 10th, but we didn't get the official links for it until like yesterday. I mean, not December 10th, November 10th. There's massive changes that's taking place to YouTube. We had not talked about this on the channel because we didn't know about it till almost I think the news broke about like late July, early August that massive changes was going to take place. I think it was probably September because YouTube took a settlement to the federal government, the FTC and COPA, to a tune of $175 million in fines, basically for child for receiving information from child uh, viewers from kids under the age of 13. Of course, this platform has always been designed for 13-year-old on up. That's basically what it is. And YouTube's been toting this for a long time. Everybody knew this day was coming. Family channels had a taste of it all throughout this year when they had perverted comments, and it got advertisers nervous. So YouTube decided to, in order to keep their monetization, they had to deactivate the comment section, basically for comments and replies to a lot of family channels. Not all family channels, but most of the family channels that you watch on the platform. Now, the recent decision that YouTube had to surrender 175 tune of $175 million, if I remember correctly. I think I just said that, but I had to remember it was correctly. And it forced a lot of changes on the platform. Every single creator, no matter how big or how small it is, how big the creator is, they have to go to their settings. If they've got children's content and it's targeting kids, it's got to be more clearly children's content, and it's got to be, they have to make kids content, mainly content friendly for kids. Then there's another setting that is not targeted for kids. So that's where a lot of YouTube channels are going to be putting their category into this, so it's not targeting kids, so they can make kid videos, basically. So we always never been targeting kids. Unfortunately, kids been subscribing to the channels. It's something that that the FTC, it's the FTC deal and all that stuff. If they're looking at, FTC is going to go out finding people close to almost just around $40 million, not $40 million, but they're going to be finding channels that don't don't comply in that. So, hi, Tits for Tots, how you doing? It's been a while. I've seen you for a bit. Yeah, YouTube's making some massive changes. It's going to affect every creator from top to bottom. It's going to mainly affect the larger YouTubers, because it seems like a lot of kids like to watch, the larger YouTubers that doesn't really make child-friendly content, and that. So yeah, I have not done a live show. I missed out on a live show a while ago on the main channel, but I'm not ready to do one over there probably next couple of days. So that's where my super chats are. I'm not monetized over here because I don't have the 1,000 subscribers over here, and probably won't anytime soon and that. But okay, basically, a lot of YouTubers are facing some changes. And of course, this channel, because it's a rant channel, of course, I'm not going to be targeting. This videos are not going to be targeting kids, so it's not marked. It's marked as not targeting for kids. It's not meant for kids. It's going to be meant for upper teenagers on up, because this platform is originally supposed to be set for 13-year-old on up, nothing below the age of 13, basically. So. And YouTube got caught red-handed with that decision a while ago, with COPA rules and the FTC rules and that. And if we do videos that is child-friendly, we cannot have targeted ads. We either have ads. There will still be ads on the videos, but it won't not be targeted ads. So basically, if we were doing, let's say we were playing a video game, and the kids watch the video games, they watch all the video games, and there's a big ad for that game to that kid, trying to get him to buy that game. That's considered a targeted ad. Or if I was playing Legos, showing how I built things with Legos, and I'm not a very good builder with Legos. Trust me, I will not go there and that. But then Legos will be targeting an ad for the ones who watch this. That's what got YouTube in trouble, was the targeted ads and tracking viewers under the age of 13. That's how they get their data, basically. So when YouTube YouTube is not supposed to track any data from nobody under the age of 13. It's only 13 on up. They're able to track, but they're still walking on thin ice on YouTube. And of course, it's YouTube. They'll always blame the creator for the content that we provide, basically. And it's kind of wondering why even bother with and I talk to people on other YouTubes off camera and say, why even bother to have a YouTube community guidelines when a lot of larger channels basically borderlines and violates the community guidelines in those areas. There's a lot of channels out there that violates the community guidelines in a way. So it basically comes down to the basic rules of the community guidelines and that. So, but as a creator, for not just for this channel or any other channel, and a lot of creators. It's not just us, okay? It's everybody. Anybody of all the videos you guys watch, all the creators is under now the same rules. But in other words, to me, my eyes, the playing field got even, basically, because a lot of larger channels got away with a lot of crap, especially with the type of content, and the kids watch that content. So now a lot of smaller creators saying, well, for us, I kind of like the idea because now the playing field is now, so the bigger channels is now playing with the same levels that we are at, lower levels, same level, same playing field, no special treatments or anything like that. Not supposed to see any special treatments. So basically, they're going to see their view counts go down. And when their view counts goes down because their content is not child friendly, they're going to cry like big babies. That's those big channels. Small channels, we're not too concerned about it because our view counts are just too low, and we're not going to concern about those. So it's no big deal on the issue there. But it's just the thin ice that all creators are going to be on from here on out, with the new changes that just took full effect today. And YouTube has to be 100% compliant with the federal government by January 1st of 2020. And that's yeah, I would like that idea, tits for tots, but unfortunately, like I said, YouTube just did not regulate themselves very well over the years. Everybody knows it. YouTube has never regulated themselves very well. And if there was an issue, we'll say with the media, every time the media brings it up with a certain YouTube content that the media gets pissy pants over, it comes down to, oh, let's just blame the smaller creators. Let's not blame the bigger creators. Let's blame the smaller creators. Now, because of this ruling that took place earlier this summer, now the playing field is now totally 100% even. That's just my opinion on it. And it should be 100% even. So now a lot of larger channels who has kids that watch their content is they have to market clearly in their videos when you upload. It's got to be set in the default. There's three settings. Actually, there's three settings that you can choose from. If you want to be a child creator, create videos for kids, you have to market for kids. This channel and the Angie and Chuck Show channel and Angie's channel, we got to mark those. Says no, it's not meant for kids. We did that for a reason, and there was many reasons. Especially on the Angie and Chuck Show, there's many reasons for that. Because once in a while we do like a tip one of these, but we do drink most of these. This is a fresh can of pop too, but it's just it comes down to once vodka gimme bears. Yeah, yep, you remember that? Yep, adulterated treats. You know how they make those gummy bears? The vodka gummy bears, they soak them in vodka. They didn't inject them. They actually put gummy bears in the vodka and let them soak. Then after they get, that's why they're so gooey, gooier than ever, because it's extra moisture. and that. So that's how they made them. I just learned the secret in that, but I'm not going to do it. Excuse me for a second here. It's that cold and flu season again. So what comes down to is this, and the third choice is, if you're not for sure, let YouTube make that decision for you. But sometimes that's not the best. You're 10 times more likely will get the what they call the yellow button of death, or the demonetization button, or what you call a risky video. You have to get it reviewed and have to be approved. That's going to be too much of a hassle. So our best bet for most creators, that they should be marketing their videos. If you do not really want to target for kids under the age of 13, you should be really marketing your videos when you upload. Just make sure it's set for not targeting kids. Unfortunately, like I said, ever since the changes made, the view counts on the Auntie and Chuck show has dropped. Basically, since the changes, actually the changes was made a while ago by changing the algorithm and all that. The view counts has dropped significantly on that channel, because we're not getting kids to watch the channel, because kids don't want to. They don't want kids watching certain channels, basically, or all channels, family channels. Even family channels are getting hit with lost view counts, because sometimes a nice family channel could do something to say, "Wow, they're doing a bunch of fun stuff for kids with their kids and their families," but it's not considered a kid friendly content. What they mean was, and YouTube is very clear what they want to see in kid friendly and that. And if everybody knows that the FTC is also looks like they're going to be finding uh, Ryan's Toys review big time, tuned to about 40 something $1,000 per video, because they use targeted ads and that. So that if they don't take those videos down, that's almost 100% of their videos since they started their sponsorships. Because when they get sponsored by, let's say, a toy company, they play that toy, so they don't even know if it's content or an infomercial, and that's what FTC was cracking down on hard on that end too. So it's you got to have, and the rules basically states your 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 self promotion and any sponsored videos. If this video is sponsored, which no, ain't gonna happen, because Miller Lite ain't gonna sponsor this video. Come on, get real. Too small of a channel. You don't see hardly seeing the beer heads anyway anymore on YouTube. I just saw a vodka. Hey, I saw a Jim Beam ad on a recent video. It has something to do going to theme parks. Yeah, so I don't know. It's just one of those random ads that just took place, and ads always by Google is always random, and if they do place ads, if we're monetized, you get random ads, basically. And that we'll probably talk about more on the ad end, because we took a lot of heat on a lot of ads recently, not just past, but the last presidential election back in 2016, we took some heat on the main channel. It comes down to a lot of stuff and that. So yeah, it is a lot of changes to YouTube. We just got to make sure we're not making content and market as well, not to make kids content. And it's like I say, it's a fine line. A lot of YouTubers are really upset over the situation of the new rules. Some is 100% full compliant. I think our channels will be in full compliant, because we have never targeted kids. Unfortunately, according to my subscription list on the Auntie and Chuck show, some kids are subscribed to the channel. But because we had to make that marking, there's no guarantees they'll be watching those videos. That's another thing. A lot of creators is going to be start questioning and about ready to line up some attorneys. When it comes down to this is basically, if let's say a kid under age 13 logged on a video that is clearly marked under the age of 13, we creator can get fined for that kid watching that video, and that's where we can say, hey, I know FCC has the same rules to TV, what they regulate, what they can say, what they can put on TV. One thing that the government cannot do and will never do is regulate the viewer. They're not going to be able to regulate the viewer because what it is, you take away a freedom of choice. That's what you're doing. You're taking away a freedom of choice, even for a kid under the age of 13. If the kid wants to watch a raunchy video, it's up to the kid if they want to watch the raunchy video. But it's to the parents. It's going to be the parents got to make sure they have control of what the kids view, not just on TV, but also view on YouTube. There's a lot of crappy out there. There's a lot of crappy channels out there, not just any other channel. Could be this channel too if you wanted to. I know I lost a couple of videos. We got a lot of thumbs down on our videos because nobody cares what I say because they don't have the guts to put it in the comment section down below an opposing opinion, basically. And they're not YouTube creators, basically. This is involving everybody. All these changes involve everybody, from the smallest YouTuber that just started to the largest YouTuber that's on the platform, including PewDiePie. Even he's based overseas, he's got to follow the laws of the United States too at the same time. So it's basically it is. Yep. Unfortunately, like I said, it is up to the parents, but the problem is way the government ruled it. If I can explain it right, way the government ruled it is if a kid under the age 13 is watching, any kid under the age of 13 is watching a video that is clearly, for us, we clearly marked it not targeting for kids, and yet a kid is, for some reason, is watching it through, let's say, a bogus account, something like that. I mean, you can make bogus accounts and watch raunchy videos, but it's going to be FTC and COPA will find. COPA is a word for Child Online Protection, privacy protection. Basically, that's what COPA is. Child Online Privacy Protection. That's what COPA is. And they want to make sure, and that law's been around since the start of the internet. And that's, unfortunately, YouTube got caught up in all these issues that YouTube could have done to prevent all this. YouTube and Google decided not to do it because it's about the money, honey. It's all about the money. If the YouTube creator is making the money, and they make money in that. So let's say if you watch any monetized video, the creator gets a percentage, Google gets a percentage. If you're watching a live show that has super chat, get this. If you donate any money, as low as $1, the creator gets 70 cents, just gets about 70 cents on that dollar. Google gets the almost 30 cents on that. They get a 30% cut, almost a 30% cut on that. So I should know about it because I have super chat over on the main channel, and usually on a $10 donation, Google takes away $3. I get $7. That's how basic comes out to. I get nothing less than $7. They can't take nothing more than $3 on every $10 donation. Or if it's less, it's going to be whatever the math turns out to be. But it's basically 70 cents on the dollar will go to the creator, 30 cents on the dollar goes to Google and YouTube. So every time somebody puts out a super chat, boom, Google makes money. That's why a lot of creators said, they said, if you're going to donate, make sure you put it in PayPal. PayPal takes out less than 2% or less, basically. So the creator gets more money that way. So if you're going to donate to a creator, do it that way, basically. Right now, let's not talk about the donation because it's too controversial. But in a way, if you know what I mean. Just say the Fat Man in the Van and other e-begging channels that's out there too. So, and one thing I always said on the main channel, when we had our donation buttons in that, donations always welcome. Donations always welcome, but not necessary. And we do get an occasional donation. They tell us what they want to do and all that stuff. And it's their appreciation. It's like tipping the channel, little extra money, saying, hey, we like your content. Here's a little tip. Keep it up, the content. As the content changes on the main channel, as far as we know, we're going to continue as the status quo. I don't really see an issue. When we go to the amusement parks, like I said, I got on the live show, I got a little discussion about when we do videos, let's say on the road, let's say we do, let's say if I want to tape a live show, a live wrestling show, and that. King of Clinton, yeah. Channel called King of Clinton, yeah. Hey, you didn't see this last time. I don't think I have it on me. Hang on for tits for Tosh. I'll be right back. Okay, tits, are you ready for a good laugh? You ready for a good laugh if you're watching? There. Now, you pay your taxes to your Midwest king, King of Clinton, king of all kings. And perfectly, I don't have a PayPal link, unfortunately. I don't have a PayPal link. So I guess I can't get donations. So bye-bye, King. That's my Lumber King crown I bought a few years ago at the Lumber Kings baseball game. We wore it at the start of Patreon. Yeah. I probably won't do that. I don't like Patreon because you got to create special content, and I'm not that creative to create special content and that. So, yeah, I thought that was funny in a way. Like I said, it's even going to affect his channel in a way if he's not careful what he says. It's because if you're going to be threatening people and doing other stuff, you got to adulterize that channel. You got to adult rated because you can put for adults only. And unfortunately, like I said, we have no control what the other people watch on the channels over there because we just have no control of what goes on over on what people clicks on, basically. So when people clicks on the video, I used to have a very analytics until they changed it in the past year. The analytics has not been very accurate, even for low view counts. Well, every time we get the old analytics will give us every click there was, even though if it's only a small sample, we got every click to come in on the channel. That's when we started YouTube, so we knew where all subscribers coming from. We don't know for sure on that anymore because they took away our world map, and it just tells us where our base audience is coming from. Our base audience is basically in the United States and Canada on the main channel, a little bit over in England. Before they got rid of the world map, and I know this for a fact, before they got rid of the world map, our videos on the Angie Chuck Show were seen in over 167 odd countries. But when they got rid of that particular analytics, I guess trying to save money, just give us a small sample instead, and just make an excuse saying we don't have enough click rate to get that bigger sample, so we don't know. And our audience levels, we don't know because the click rates are so small in that. So as long as we keep the channel, as long as we got it where it is, which it's not targeting kids, we should be safe. But it's the federal government. They'll investigate every channel. They're going to find out there's a lot of channels to investigate. That's like 8 million channels, maybe more. Some more channels just started up and that. So, and that. Hey, it's Adventures of John and Julie. How you doing? Thank you for walking in on on Chuck Chats. It's my rant channel. I have not been on here since June. And we are giving you a shout out over on the main channel, but won't be seen till next week. But we'll give you a shout out right now. Check out this new channel, Adventures of John and Julie. They'll be moving from Arizona to our area, not the city of Clinton, but in the Quad City area. And check them out. They're new to YouTube, and I'm hoping they're updating on their content, basically. So you gotta make sure your content is not aimed for kids under age 13. That's what we're kind of talking about right now. A lot of the small YouTubers are talking about on their live chats. I think Green Bay Wacky talked about for about almost 3 hours. I was not going to watch the entire 3 hours. I just watched enough that they were concerned on a lot of issues, and we are concerned on a lot of issues too. But I think the main concern that I'm concerned about is who actually clicks on the video. That's as our concern. Who actually clicks on the video, because we can get fined a huge amount of money in jail time if some kid under the age of 13 is watching our videos when they're not supposed to, and we have it to be not kid friendly channel. Basically, that's why I had to do all the settings. YouTube should basically had all the settings up to the way it is. So the settings would be, if you're going to be kid friendly, you got to have kid content, learning stuff, songs, poetry, fairy tales, whatever. It's got to be kid friendly. It's got to maintain kid friendly, and you cannot have targeted ads on. You have to turn off the targeted ads. You got to turn off the targeted ads. Basically, would there be ads on the videos? Yes, but it won't be. They won't. Google will not do targeted ads. That's how they got caught on that. They got caught red-handed. They paid a tune of $175 million, and of course, who gets the blame? Of course, always the small channels. But because of the changes that they had to do, everybody from the small channels from the biggest channel to the small channel is now on the same playing field, because they have to go through their channels and just make sure they don't have any videos that is targeting kids or mentioning. What about if kids is on your videos? That's another question that we question. Everybody knows I like to go. There is a setting. Yep, we talked about that. Creators. It will show. It will now show the kids and that. So. James Hensley put out a crazy video on Jukebox. Oh, okay. I have to check that out. I don't know. James Hensley, he's one of those YouTube drama truckers, basically. And some of them got hit with another reason, too. I noticed that Little Dog is not even making YouTube videos anymore. Ike Stevens is kind of cutting back on what he's doing. Jay Canal kind of is changing his format somewhat. Little guy trucker, he's basically not. He's gonna focus on something else. Get out of that drama and the BS that they got in trouble for. That was scamming the audience, and that was like a scam that they ran. Little Dog ran. Basically, I don't have no information on it. I stopped watching those videos when they got talking about this and that and guaranteed. Oh, okay. Probably a parody video. I have to check it out. Probably some kind of parody videos. And that. So, like I said, on the main channel, I like to do when we go to the amusement parks, we go to carnivals, and YouTube is always concerned, what about kids in your videos? Will there be kids in the videos in the background? Now, it just eliminates what we want to do as a creator, sharing our daily lives, basically, out there in the real world. It's like we cannot shelter these kids from, let's say we'll go to the amusement park, recent amusement park video on the main channel where we went to Adventureland Park. that we try our best to eliminate as much as possible, because by the time the application came around, we were aware of the situation. That's when basically it was almost getting announced, and we were talked about all that. But it's just certain videos is unavoidable. Uh, Professional wrestling show that we did on the channel, highlights of a professional wrestling show on the main channel. There's kids around ringside watching the same thing. You can't shelter them on that. It's almost like you're looking at putting the kids in a bubble wrap nowadays. But like I said, it's not harming the kids. The kids not involved in what in doing, because you can film a ride and you see kids enjoying that carnival ride and all that, but then you get on it yourself and you maybe don't enjoy it as well because you're too old for it. But it's going to be a touchy subject for the next few years here on YouTube, and it's going to be uh, we're still going to continue what we want to do, share our daily lives, our passions, and what we like to do, especially summertime stuff. When we go to carnivals, whenever there's a carnival in town, we want to go do that. We want to film that, document that. There's going to be kids involved at that carnival that's going to enjoy the same stuff that we're doing. And it's not like we paid them to come in our videos. They're out there enjoying in life what we do, sharing our daily lives. And that's what a lot of family channels are basically doing, sharing their daily lives, what's going on. But then they have their own kids in the videos and that. And there's always will be some controversy with some of those channels anyway. Where someone is, when you got a parents that's hell bent to make their kids the next YouTube star, they're not meant to be. And that's what led to those child abuse videos, basically. Comes down to when they get in charge of those child abuse cases. One noted being the Family of Five series of videos. They're no longer on the internet, no more. But some of those videos are still roaming around the internet. But YouTube is doing their best to get them off the platform as much as possible. And of course, we're just coming off a 10-year anniversary where a parent was making the kids do dangerous stunts over in Fulton, Illinois, that caused a major fire. Uh, Destroyed part of the downtown on a block that was sentimental to me when I was probably around 4 or 5 years old. When I used to live over in Fulton, there was the old IGA store got burnt down, and that was sentimental to me because that was a 10-year anniversary coming off of that, and that was a mom hell bent having the kids do a stunt that was they saw on YouTube, which they don't have that no more. Uh, that's when I first started the main channel. Someone was going to ask, when are you going to start doing dangerous stuff for views? And I said, never. I will never do any dangerous stuff for views. I think the most dangerous thing I ever did was I ate cat food. Otherwise, beer drinking ain't not that dangerous and that. So, yeah. So, yeah, I ate cat food. That was a side wager by somebody put $200 in my PayPal if I ate cat food. And that I got the $200, but I had a bad aftertaste. Yeah, so have you tried to catch a bald eagle by hand or by camera? I don't know. I've never not been much down at the riverfront last couple of days. It's been a little cold and chilly, and I'm getting to an age that I don't want to be outside any longer than I really have to. So I'm really cutting down this winter, going outside more. We'll probably do some outside adventures eventually. We are going to do on the main channel, we're doing a shopping trip down in Davenport. And yeah, I think winter's going to be bad for videos, basically, on the main channel. It's going to be mostly inside. We're trying to get the patio cleaned off, and we're going to do other stuff whenever possible. We promised a bowling game on the main channel, and I have not set a firm date on it yet. And it's going to be coming up very quickly. pretty got a date set, but Angie and I's got to agree what day we are planning to do it. And we're gonna go ahead and film our little bowling game. Our embarrassed bowling game video will be on the main channel and that. So yeah, like I said, it's just going to be a total fine line from here on out for all YouTube creators. Uh, I know they like to see kids watching their content, but because of outside forces and maybe forgot to edit something out, it's always best to when you upload a video, it's always best set your setting to you're not targeting kids, saying no, this video is not meant to be seen by kids. So this way, now you're keeping a legal demographic that YouTube wants to track is 13 years old on up to as high as long as you're able to be alive on this, as you're able to watch the videos. But like I said, the creator is really nervous on the fines that could be levied against the creator if their content is if they think they can catch their content being watched by the younger kids, and that's where many YouTubers could start lining up lawyers to protect themselves from that. And there's some channels that already talk about getting lawyers lined up just to be on the safe side. But it's now found. I think this whole thing is now holding the larger channels accountable for their content because let's say I'll name some names: Logan Paul, the Paul brothers. There's other channels out there that seem like kids like to watch. They're going to hold those channels more accountable for what they put up on their channels because now they have to go through all their channels to make sure that those videos never was intended for kids in the first place. So that's why they have a default setting. So basically, YouTube is going to try to get a safety measure, but YouTube still wants us to go through all the content to make sure it is properly labeled as not targeting kids. And our main channel, as this channel, was never intended to target kids by itself. We always wanted families to watch the videos over on the main channel. Somebody who wants to see me rant like an adult. I may start adult rated content, uh, but when it comes down to if we do get monetized, if you adult rate a video, you don't get monetized. You get zero monetization anyway. We get zero monetization on this channel anyway because we don't have 1,000 subscribers and that. So eventually, John and Julie checked out that channel. If you like they only put up a couple of videos. If you like the content, they're new to the channel. They're new to YouTube. If you like their content, hit them up for a sub. All right. Help them out with the subs as much as possible, only if you like their content. So watch one couple of videos. If you like you like it, just hit them for a sub, basically. That's the other thing YouTube is going to be cracking down hard is the sub for sub deal. It's never a good idea to do for sub. Let's say if someone subbed to this channel and I decide I'm going to check out that channel to see what they have for content. And if they have content and something I would enjoy, I would hit them for a sub. Now, John and Julie, they never asked for my sub. They never did. They never asked for my sub. I just checked out their channel, and I just saw a video, and I said they're new to the channel. I said, you know what, we're gonna give them our support and that. So we throw our support to them. Now I may not be able to watch all their videos at a time, but we'll watch what we can, basically. So yep, a little Pop Tart. Oh, what do you have to say? Pop Tart Junior. Probably a troll channel of some kind. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. Uh not to uh when you guys upload videos, okay. Yeah. All right. Just be careful. when you guys upload videos, kind of be careful what kind of content you're up and that. So make sure you're not targeting kids on your videos and that, because otherwise, YouTube does frown on it. They might add more community strikes. They can add more community strikes, uh, and they don't want to do that. How old am I? I'm 52 years old enough to know better. That don't put up stuff like that and that. So, and you gotta be very careful. And like I said, our videos are never targeting kids, and we had to do the setting changes to assure that. But there's no guarantees it will happen. There's no guarantees it's going to happen at all, because YouTube, well, it's not just YouTube, but the federal government wants to hold the creators accountable. And about time somebody has to come up and hold all the creators accountable, especially the large ones like the Paul brothers, and you got to put in PewDiePie once in a while. You got to throw in anybody that uploads videos on YouTube will be held to the same standard as all the creators. Almost have to, but it is a everybody on. If you upload videos and it's not yeah, how much PewDiePie makes on YouTube? PewDiePie makes a lot of money on YouTube, basically, and that. So, yeah, it's just oh yeah. Let's just check this person out here. So. Sometimes you can get a troll channel. Okay, yep. Okay, we'll just check on some channels. That's all. I like when I see uh, a channel, I like to check them out to make sure they got something going too. So yeah, something like about $10 million. That's been about average for PewDiePie, and he doesn't really show it. He doesn't really live up like a millionaire. He lives a modest life like he should, because he knows. I mean, he knew YouTube maybe be a temporary platform. He got very successful at, and will YouTube survive in the next 5 to 10 years? Who knows? It all depends what goes on, and it all depends how YouTube has to now start holding all its creators accountable in a way, in case if the it basically the creator has to be held accountable, because if you got the federal government breathing down their neck on YouTube and Google in recent decisions, and Google and it's making these it's going to have to hold everybody accountable. The creators got to hold themselves accountable even further to avoid a potential mistake that, let's say I actually labeled this video wrong. I can be facing a big fine, even jail sentence, and that. It's just way the government. The government is very, very hard on this. Basically, all channels are fearing this. Not just this channel. Every channel that has put up content. That includes you, little Pop Tart Junior. You got content, so you gotta be careful in that area. You're not targeting kids, and it's not a kid's videos. All right, so you gotta be careful uh, in that little area. So it's like, look at all the fighting videos you see on before people started making what they call TV style series on YouTube. When the monetization kicked in, when they started to monetize videos, people started getting ideas. Say, hey, why don't we just show our daily lives? It'd be better than a TV drama and fake drama you see on TV as a family show. You know, like family shows like The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie. They're all actors. They're all actors from different people, and the family shows is from the same family. everybody's from the same family, and even some of those are getting a little controversial at times. Everybody knows that on recent videos has been taken on channel has been taken down by YouTube because of like all child abuse cases and that. And that's what YouTube is. That's what COPA is supposed to protect in a way, but then protecting the kids online. That's what mainly is what it is. The rule is supposed to be for protect the kids under age 13 online. And it's really up to the parents. It's 100% up to the parents what they got to monitor their kids better. What the kids do online nowadays, because anybody can put up any crap on the internet. It's not just YouTube alone. It's also Facebook is facing some of this too. Twitch is going to be facing some of this too. That new Mixer is going to be facing all this. Every video platform or any website where kids can go to is all going to be facing this, basically. Yeah, the dark web. Yeah, they probably do in a way. It's just got to find it. Even Pornhub's got to be very careful. Pornhub's got to be extra careful on that because that is supposed to be targeted for 18 and up. Basically, that's for audience 18 and up for what they call mature audiences and that. So Pornhub will probably, if there's any fines that's going to come down in the next few years, don't be surprised. Pornhub will lead the way. Besides just YouTube. And Facebook is not that far away behind it too, because a lot of people like to post crazy stuff on Facebook too. So we gotta watch what we post on that. And of course, Europeans are supposed to have their version of some form of censorship themselves pass. I think they're supposed to be getting enforced within the next year and a half to 2 years. If they do pass it, I don't know anything on that. I haven't heard anything on that lately. So not a whole lot of European people are not talking about that. It's something about copyrights and other issues where it comes to videos too. So European was leading the way towards that end before the federal government, our federal government here in the United States, was following along too in that. So that's going to be very, very, very interesting how that's going to work out. And our government is going to step in and do their versions and that. So it's going to be very, very risky. As a YouTube creator, it will be very risky. Every time you put up a video, there's always that risk factor. Doesn't matter. I mean, every time even when I started the YouTube, anytime I put up a YouTube video or go live, there's always that risk factor. Basically, comes down to. Yeah, the problem is there's no way you can verify an age because that's considered tracking. That's what the federal government is trying to prevent is tracking of who signs up. Anybody under, they're going to falsify an age, so they can continue watching content, and that's where a lot of creators is nervous is in that general area. That's what my opinion tells me. That's what my fear is pointing to, basically, because it comes down to is this: a kid let's say a smart kid at 8 years old can open up an account, lie about the age, pretend to be an older age, and they can watch any videos they want on the platform. But then if the government, let's say, start tracking the viewers by using IP addresses, and if they're able to track all the IP addresses and find out, hey, that's an underage kid watching your video, you're fine, basically. Yeah, I wish there was. We talked about it on one of our videos too. Wish we had YouTube back in the day when I was younger. And the stuff I used to do when I was a kid was crazy. I did some crazy stunts when I was a younger age. Yeah, so yeah, I was crazy when I was younger. So I kind of wish we had YouTube back then, but good thing we don't because it was not good. It was not good content. Basically, it was considered dangerous content. What stuff I used to do when I was a kid. We didn't even have my mom and dad couldn't even buy an 8 millimeter camera, and all it did was maybe what 3-4 minutes of film, and that's it. Not like these digital cameras nowadays that we have, and that. So yeah, so uh, we're about ready to go for an hour on this. I don't want to end up repeating myself. Usually I do what I call a rundown. Basically, when I came back, this is like the first. We're probably going to do live shows as much as I can. We're going to try to do it on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday schedules if we can. Go live, whatever I feel like I want to chat about, talk about anything concerns in life, and YouTube, and maybe just YouTube in general, and what and other stuff. We'll discuss it. Maybe discuss what future plans we may have on the other channel, the Anthony Chuck Show. Besides just to post it there, we might just leak it here, what we got planned in the future, but we don't know for sure how we're going to go about it because, like I said, plans can go awry. If anybody knows, when you make plans, they do go awry in that. So just be aware of that. So we'll probably be doing other, just mostly chit chatting and that. So got some. Like I said, it's winter time. Content's going to slow down somewhat on the main channel. But last year we took a break for 1 month, and it kind of was nice to have because we were kind of burned out of time. But you kind of lose out creative juices after so many years. But then you have to take a little time out, get refreshed, and come back even stronger. And that. Yeah. Actually, I'm live right now. As long as you're on the, you can go live. Okay, I'll answer that question right there. Reason I'm live right now, even I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I'm on the desktop. That's the only way you can go live on YouTube if you have a webcam or a desktop cam or a laptop cam. If you're on a cell phone, basically, if you're on a cell phone, if you do your videos on your cell phone, you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order for you to go live on the cell phone. Otherwise, you can go live on with a webcam. Doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. We have right now on our channel, if I can go to the channel here real quick here, I think we're at I'll go to my channel count. We're at 46 subscribers, and yet we're live. Because being is we're on a webcam. So that's why I was able to do a live show because of the webcam. If we did this on the cell phone, if we would have did this on the cell phone, we cannot go live at all. Last time I was live through a cell phone was maybe about a couple weeks before they made the changes. So I went one live. I have gone live on the main channel with the cell phone many times in the past. We did it on our one road trip on our vacation. That's why last time we did a live show through the cell phone, but then we had the qualifications. We meet the qualifications. To be monetized on YouTube, you got to have 1,000 subscribers, plus you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. And that's why when my view counts were going down, that's why I'm coming back with some live shows instead over there. I'll probably go live sometime this weekend on the main channel just to help build up the view counts and watch time because I need to do that to maintain my 4,000 hours watch time. Otherwise, if I get below 4,000 hours watch time, I'll lose monetization until I get that watch time. That's why I was kind of concerned why my view counts are down. In order to maintain my view counts, it's easy to get people to subscribe to your channel, but you can't force them to watch your videos. So be aware of that situation. But with the subscriber base I have on the main channel, we should be doing about easily 125 views per video, which we're not. Before we got our monetization back earlier this year, because we got our monetization back earlier this year because we didn't meet the qualifications. We it's a weird story. I'll have to talk about that. Let me talk about it here real quick. Is back in February on the main channel, we was at 816 subscribers, and back in February, we had, I don't know what happened. It was somebody probably on YouTube or whatever, but our subscribers jumped from 816 to over 1,000 subscribers, and to now it's to its current level right now. Right now it's at its whatever the current level is, and YouTube had verified all the subscribers 100% legit. We didn't use no bots. We didn't buy no subscribers. It just happened that people were just subscribing to our channel, just hit that subscribe button. We went from, like I said, we gained almost 400 subscribers in about 2.5, 3 weeks. And YouTube verified all the accounts, especially when we hit that 200 plus subscriber count. And we went live, hitting that to get that 1,000 subscribers. We decided to go live and see if we would have got that 1,000 subscribers as we went live. And it did. And about 3 weeks later, YouTube emailed us saying we are now monetized. Super chats, everything. So you got to have yep. And to in order to be monetized, you got to have 1,000. You got to have 1,000 subscribers, and you got to have 4,000 hours of watch time. So you got to average as you get more and more videos and more subscribers, and you get you probably get more views. But the problem is, ever since we regained our monetization back in early March, it was February when we got those subscribers to come in like gangbusters. I'm still scratching my head to this day over on the main channel. But it's just one of those things that happened, and YouTube verified it, and it is 100% legit. And about 3 weeks after that, after they verified everything, we got our monetization back over on the main channel. And super chats, everything. So we put it to the test on a couple live shows, and lo and behold, boom, in that. So, but then ever since we regained our monetization, I kind of noticed the view count has dropped since we regained our monetization. That was kind of an alarming way, because I know a lot of people don't like to watch ads. That's why they stopped. Probably that's why they stopped watching our videos, but they really shouldn't, because I guess that's how fun. That's how a lot of YouTubers fund their. There's a lot of YouTubers makes good living on YouTube, and for small channels like us that is monetized, that's just lower the pocket money certain times a year, because you got to have that $100 threshold before they withdraw it. So you got to set up your AdSense links and all that stuff. It's so as you get closer and closer to that 1,000 subscriber count, you got to make sure your AdSense links is set up. In fact, it wouldn't hurt to set it up right now in case they decide to change the ad policy, which I don't think they're going to happen. But it'd have it nice to get it set up anyway. What channels you're going to get monetized, and how you get it set up, and get your bank account set up, where they can deposit the money in your bank account, or whatever financial institution, where you do most of your financial transactions take place. So make sure everything's all set up. They go direct deposit. They used to mail out checks, but everything's all direct deposit nowadays. In fact, I'm going to find out tomorrow, on the 15th, which would be tomorrow. I'll go to my AdSense account, see if I got any new funds available. I'm sitting on that. I'm sitting right now almost a little over $71, and I'm going to see if I'll be eligible to get that $100 threshold for the month of December, or later this month. It all depends what YouTube sends, and they pay it out on the. They usually make the deposit around the 21st of every month. It comes down to that, but sometimes it comes on the 22nd or 23rd or later, but no later than the 25th of every month usually. So ever since because of Super Chat, I used to be with a multi-channel network, or the Engine Chuck Show. We used to be with a multi-channel network where basically we got paid every month, regardless the threshold of any threshold. But the problem is they take an additional 40% and claim to be having your back all the way. We found out the multi-channel network we were with at the time, a couple years ago, back in 2017. They never had our backs when it comes to the demonetization, certain, questionable copyright issues. They never really had our backs. They just took our money, basically. So we decided that was it. Avoid multi-channel networking. Everybody tells you get involved in them if your channel's monetized. It's not worth the 40. They take up to 40% of what you're barely earning now through YouTube, because right now YouTube, I think it's like 55-45 split when it comes to monetization of your videos. And if you're going to go with a multi-channel network, they take 40% of your remaining 55%. So you're not getting much more, hardly nothing. Basically, you're getting paid per month, regardless of the threshold. So stay with AdSense in a way. Just kind of watch the content that you put up. Monitor your if you're able to get to them nowadays, is your community strike board. Basically, you got your community, you got your community, and you got your copyrights. Community can be removed in a shorter amount of time than your copyright. Copyrights tend to stay up a little longer than your community. Community, they kind of give you a grace period to clean your act up, then they'll remove that strike, basically. So, and it's got to be clean content. It's got to be something that is that violates the community guidelines. And right now, it's just basically it's crazy that. So, always just stay within the AdSense. You get more. You keep the pretty a larger percent. And if you do get Super Chat, if you do get monetized, you get Super Chat. They take up to Super Chat takes up to 30%. What I would do, I would highly suggest set up a PayPal link if you want donations to help fund your channel or receive tips. Set up a PayPal link. Don't over promote it. Don't cram it in somebody's face. Tits for Tots will tell you this because I see him troll an eBay channel and he crams it in everybody's face, basically. Tits, put it in the side chat. What is it? Pay your taxes? Yeah, something like that. Because there was somebody that begs for money all the time, demands their viewers to pay him money, and they throw him. And he's known to throw all his donors under the bus all the time. And he just did it again recently, threw his main donors under the bus, basically, like he always does in that, because they're not donating anymore in that. And unfortunately, with some of our donors that we had on our main channel, if we put up a video that upsets them really hard, avoid those channels at all costs. They're just nothing but drama, and it just makes you want to rip your hair out and all that stuff. And they're basically self-inflicting damages. So basically, they say the best tip is don't. I saw him dress up as a woman. I actually, to tell you the truth, I've not been watching his channels anymore. I'm tired of the same old BS that he gives out. And that's a channel he needs to, got to be very careful what he says on that channel. He doesn't want to lose his bread and butter channel, so he's got to watch what he says. If he goes on a chimp out, and he does chimp out on his channel, he can lose that channel for hate speech, and people should flag that channel for hate speech and threatening people if it's on his channel. If he was sitting on somebody else's channel and said that, that person who hosts that channel needs to put him in his place, saying, hey, this is my channel, not yours. You can't be saying that stuff in that. So he's known to chimp out live on somebody else's channel, live on that channel. So he's not just risking getting his channel demonetized, but he's also risking somebody else's channel get demonetized and taken down for hate speech and that. So yeah, so he's got to be very, very, very careful. Some of those channels got to be very careful in that area. So yep. So and I don't watch his channel no more. It's just I watch the people that criticizes him. Tits, are you watching Colleen Aloha 2 channel? She goes on live every time he goes on live almost and just sits there and just criticize everything he says. And that sometimes he'll come back later after a video and criticize everything he says. And that used there was other channels that used to do that, but they got involved with other drama within the community. And when I saw that, I said, there's no unit. Actually, we learned recently in those series of videos, there's no unity in YouTube. Basically, when it comes down to, yeah, it's called Colleen Aloha. I'm not subscribed to her channel, but I'm going to hit that subscribe button anyway because I kind of like how she talks about stuff, how she talks about the channel and that, and she's basically she calls the way she sees it. That's what she does, and I like the people like does it. Call that crap out the way they see it. That's the way it's supposed to go. And unfortunately, like I said, it's the same old stuff. I just can't wait. He gets in that piece of junk he calls a camper van, which it's not. Doesn't have no toilet, no shower, so it's not a camper van. It's a glorified van. It's a hunk of junk on wheels. That's why I call it. And waiting for he goes back to Chicago or wherever he's going to go next after he leaves California, and he's going to be ranting and raving, complaining, moaning and groaning, accusing people and all that stuff, claiming how great he is, which he's not. There's a lot of good RV channels out there. If I recommend anything, Nomad Fanatic used to be like that, but not no more. Nomad Fanatic is a good channel to now watch. It's more tolerable now than it was, let's say, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. There's a lot of good RV channels out there. Just gotta find them in that. But if you're gonna be watching the channels, that's there's gonna be it's like it's their lifestyle, and they want to live a nomadic life. It's their lifestyle, and that. So, but you gotta watch the ones that says demand money. I gotta live like this. You need to pay. You need. I don't make videos like this no more. Just go ahead and make your videos. Just shut up, make your videos. You're gonna make them anyway. So, and that. So, and that's another thing I think YouTube needs to crack down hard on. And I think they really need a guideline in that area too. I don't think YouTube has a true guideline in that area. I think they should. They always should have some overselling your PayPal links or over pushing your merchandise. I'm planning to do a merch line under the Angie and Chuck show eventually, but you just can't over push it because your videos are required to be 80% content, maximum or minimum or maximum 80% content, or you can have more than 80% content. You can have 100% content, but the advertising cannot exceed 20% of the video, if I remember correctly. That you cannot advertise your links, your merch, or your advertisers, your sponsors more than 20% of your videos. So that's when you monetize when you get sponsorship. So basically, that's why they said that's why you want to watch those larger channels. They do their little promo of the product that they're pushing, their discounts, all that stuff, and that's it. They go back to the regular content real quick, and it maintains well under 20% maximum push for that particular product because they can't go over, because otherwise they'll be in violation of the trade rules. Basically, that's where the FTC comes in and all that stuff. Now, like I said, if we show, let's say if we show this product placement, Pepsi's not paying us at all for that. Consider free advertising for them. But Pepsi's not. So any product that you see us enjoy, because we enjoy it. Do they pay us? No. because we're too small of a channel. Now, if they wanted to, they can probably send us a cease and desist order not to show the products on the videos. If we do get that, then we'll say, okay, we'll have to avoid showing our products, their products no more. We'll just, you know what, we'll just switch products that we'll promote, we'll like instead. But that's a different issue. I don't really see that a problem yet. But FTC might look at it and say, I wonder if he's really getting paid for it. No, I I will have every if it is, I'll have every transaction ready to go, and every deposit I have because it'll be a direct deposit. I try to keep everything on file of everything I get uh, transacted for basically. So yeah. Okay, right now I'm going to wrap up this live show. Let's run everything down. Everybody is I'm going to try to come back tomorrow live for a little while. We'll try to do this on a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday schedule about around this time. I think this is my best time to do it real quick. Just do maybe anywhere from a few minutes to an hour, whatever I need to get off my chest. We'll go as long as we can, and that uh, also. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Also, and when you hit that notification bell, make sure you hit all notifications, not some, all, because you never know when we'll go live. So I know a lot of people, I'll probably see in the comments down below, said I never got your notification with your live show on that. And we'll see what happens in that general area. So and if you are a YouTube creator, just like us, if you are a YouTube creator, understand there is new rules in place. You will get a notification from YouTube what you need to do to assure that your content is going to be kid friendly, and it must be kid friendly content if you mark that. If it's not kid friendly content, mark it as no, it's not targeted for kids. And I would say I was going to say a good 75% of the content here on YouTube will have that marked instead. So basically, we're going to force the federal government to up its ante, saying, are we targeting families with kids or just adults? To see what the federal government says in the next year or so, to see how that works out. That's going to be interesting if that works out like that. So it just comes down to if you're a YouTube creator, make sure, and there's a third choice. If you're not sure about your content, let YouTube take a look at it, and they'll decide if it's kid friendly or not. Then if it's kid friendly, they're gonna ask you to do this, and do this. But make sure if it's kid friendly, there's another thing in your ad thing you gotta do. Make sure your targeted ads is turned off in that. So you have to have one do. I felt the same way when we started our channel, but you'd be surprised how many kids that comes up to us and likes our content. But usually it's the parents that watch us with them. Basically, I had one kid. Before I sign off right here, I'll tell you a funny story that happened at a ball game, where basically a kid come up to me. He's in awe, like I say, I'm just an average person at a ball game. I'm just an average person because I'm not big enough. But I had this 4-year-old kid come up to me, or 4 or 5 years old, came up to me. He was just in awe of what he was seeing in front of him. And his dad comes up, "Who's that? Who's that?" I say, "Is that Chuck from the Angie and Chuck show?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Yep, I'm Chuck from the Angie and Chuck show." He goes, "My kid watches you first before PewDiePie." Because he says his family watches, at the time, his family watched our videos before they watched PewDiePie. I don't know if they still watch our channel or not. I don't know. But yeah, it does happen. Like I said, the main thing is we have no control what the audience watches, who actually watching on the opposite end of the monitor. All we ask is, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. We don't know only will know if it's a kid subscribing. All we have to do is just to ensure that the kid do not watch our videos. We have to block the user. So don't be surprised. A lot of creators will be blocking channels that is claimed to be a kid. All right, because I think that's one thing we're going to be doing. A lot of creators will be doing, not just us. Every creator will be doing just to hopefully protect themselves from the federal government when they decide. Yeah, you just gotta play. When I do play Planet Coaster videos every so often, but I'm sure I'm going to keep it as non-kid friendly, uh, basically. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, sometimes that will go either way. But yeah, if you got a kid that's kind of subscribed to your channel and looks like to be a kid, they use the kid profile and that. Yeah, I would say double check, make sure you're good. Because last thing you want is the federal government knocking on your door and saying you got to pay a 40,000 plus fine, and if you don't, you face that plus a jail, court costs, and all that stuff. And it's going to be, like I said, it's something that creators are going to, like I said, creators are really on the thin ice more than ever before. And what I like about it is it's now finally holding the larger YouTube channels accountable for what they put up for, because now they have to go through all their videos. It holds them accountable too. So yeah, don't top the soap in jail. Yes, right. Because it will hurt when you stop. Yeah, that's right. And a lot of, like I said, a lot of creators needs to tone down some of this stuff. We know who they are. They need to tone it down. Now, someone, let's say, comes on, let's say, drinking a beer, no big deal, no issues, because you're not targeting kids, you're not targeting other adults, and we always say drink responsibly. And of course, I made some crazy videos after I had a few, but yeah, it's just the way it is. Okay. And I do show my watering holes. Watering holes we like to hang out to because we like the food, we like the company, and all that. So I'll have one coming up here sometime next week. I'm gonna go in and edit the video for next Wednesday night, where we had a nice lunch at my favorite watering hole here in town. So we had a nice, like I said, it was a nice lunch. You'd be surprised what I'm drinking. I didn't drink beer. I stole it that day for some reason. So that I drank soda and that. So I got other outside YouTube commitments too. So always think about your outside YouTube commitments too. And yes, just to close this out, uh, regardless what the new rules are, whatever the new rules are, you are responsible for the base of content you put up, because if you put up a video of damaging property, you can face jail time. You can face law enforcement. If you put up a video of you running every stoplight and stop sign in your vehicle, all they have to do is try to find the creator, and they'll say, "Okay, we got evidence. We're talking to that jurisdiction where you took that video from. We got video evidence. You're gonna turn you in. You're gonna pay a fine and all that stuff. Always be careful of what video evidence you put up. So basically, if you're going to a driving POV, make sure you're not running stop signs. Make sure you're not running stoplights. If you're driving a reckless manner, I don't know. It's a borderline call. I have seen some reckless driving myself. I caught on video myself. It's just up. And it is. And just remember this. I'm gonna give you one important safety tip in that. Okay. If you're, like I said, you don't know who is subscribed to you. So always be aware. There will be a law enforcement uh person that will be subscribing to your channel. Unfortunately, like some of the larger channels, for some reason, law enforcement was not subscribed to some of these channels that had child abuse cases going on. So if you get a new subscriber, like I said, always be careful what you put up. If you're going to do like a traveling video or POV, just make sure you obey all traffic laws. Make sure you stay within the speed limits. Make sure you're driving straight and narrow, and make sure you're not distracted driving. Uh, if you're going to be filming uh, a video of you going down the road, make sure you're not holding the cell phone camera, because that is considered distracted driving. And make sure you're running a hands-free device. Hands-free device is very important. Otherwise, have someone else turn on the camera for you. if you're driving a vehicle. I've had Angie do that for me a couple times already. But with this new GoPro that we have now, this is voice activate. This is voice activated. So all I have to do is go in my settings, turn this on to voice activation, and I can mount it with something else to go with this. So basically, I got something in here someplace. I had it here. I just gotta find out where it's at. It's on it's on one of my selfie sticks. But I can put this on I can screw it'd be I can screw this part. I can screw this part onto this, and whatever I had to hold the base of the camera of the GoPro, I mount it on that and put it on the windshield. Or in some places, can't really put it on the windshield. Put it in the next flat surface possible. With these new cars with the big screen, that's probably a good place I will go. And it's good voice activation. This GoPro I got at our local Walmart cost me $168 plus tax. So tax and all came to $180. And it's voice activated. So it's always good to have a voice activated GoPro in that. So it's always good to make sure it's properly mounted. Make sure it's not in line of sight. Just remember, I think it's in the state of Arizona, it's illegal to mount something in your windshield. So be aware of that. So you want to mount it on the next class, basically what they call next possible flat surface you can find, and it's not really flat at all, is on your dash board. Unless you have one of those new cars I rented where they have this like a screen for backup rear view, GPS, radio. It's a flat screen, looks like a TV monitor. That's why I mounted one of my cameras on that instead. That worked great. Check our Adventureland videos, going out to Adventureland videos back last summer. So if you have not checked, I did that. That's how I mounted it on the. I tried the dash on the dash, didn't work. I looked at the flat screen thing. It was flat. It's glass, somewhat glass or plastic. It was smoother. It was a much smoother surface, and it worked much better. Basically. So next time I rent a car, I'm hoping we get something like that to do a point of view. With this camera, it's small enough, lot smaller than that other camera I use for POVs. But yeah, just. And it's voice activated, so that'll be a nice safety tip too. So just be aware of that. And like I said, edit out anything that it could incriminate you. So if you think you ran a stoplight, I know you'd like to have that video clip, but if you think you run a stoplight, don't put it in. Edit it out. Take a tip from Trainer James. I had watched his video once. I watched his video once where he was a trucker. He's a trucker. And he was on his way to meet up with somebody, one of his pupils that he helped train. And he blew a stop sign. I mean, he blew a stop sign. And unfortunately, someone sent it to corporate, and they know who he was. And they got a hold of him, towing his truck in. Don't take the load where it goes. Go to this terminal ASAP. And go see this person. He knew he was going to get fired. Basically, he knew he was going to get fired. Once he did, he got fired because he sold on a trucker. It was a trucking channel. It was Trainer James. That video's been long taken down anyway. Or it was re-edited, but he re-edited it too late. Corporate saw it, and they terminated his butt because of that. And it was deserving too, because he didn't do any editing. He should have edited it out, basically. If you go live, a traveling live video, I did it once. Just make sure you're on the main straightaways. As you're coming through town, just kind of end the video in case there's stop signs, stoplights, or speed signs and that. So make sure you're kind of like from one town to another. Like you leave from one town, going to the next town. Just make sure you follow all, and make sure you're not distracted, basically. So and that. Okay, like I said, changes to YouTube. Just be aware all creators will be now hold to the same accountability from the large ones to small ones. And make sure if you are creating content, make sure it is not labeled uh, child friendly if it's not child friendly anyway, because that's falsification. Just be aware your view counts will take a dip if you're an established YouTuber. Your view counts will take a dip because you're not because you will lose that particular audience in a way because of the new changes. I found that out on the main channel where I lost, I would say, close to maybe 20 to 25% of my views because it came from kids' channels that started up and subscribed to our channel. And because I did that, we're probably going to lose a percentage of views anyway. We probably lost that percentage since they announced the news anyway, because they were doing a precaution. So, and just if you're not sure about your content, there's a third choice. Let YouTube review your video. Just make sure it's safe within the two guidelines, one of the two guidelines. They'll put it in the proper guideline, but just make sure if you're gonna make sure it's not adult kid, just make sure no kids under the age of 13 is watching your videos. Basically, just be on the safe side. So mark no, it's not kid friendly. If you do a gaming channel, sometimes some gamers do swear and do cuss. So it's always best to do that. Mark it as not kid friendly because of the swearing that they may do. All right. But all right, yeah, yeah. It's not easy to be a trucker nowadays, especially a YouTube trucker. Uh, there's a lot of crackdowns going on with companies with showing videos where they're at. I watch a lot of them myself, but some has cut back on their content. Basically, that's it. And like I said, Twitch, you gotta be careful when you do your gaming, so you don't want to do something crazy there because Twitch bans like crazy lately. But they have to keep their content too, basically. All right, hour and a half. It's time to end this video, end this live show. So we're just gonna go up here. So, like I said, please, thanks for watching. For the ones who watch it all, congratulations. You survived my boring speech and somewhat a rant. So we'll see you guys next time. Hopefully tomorrow for a little while, but not as long. So please like, share, subscribe. Don't forget that subscribe button, notification bell, and we'll see you guys next time. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next time.